Yes, lads, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be doing some lineup building for the second match day or game week on Sorare for the European Championships. And it's been an eventful match day one. We're going to have a little look at how my lineups are getting on or got on over this past weekend. And to say the least, there's been some incredibly weird results so far at the Euros. So yeah, we'll have a little review of them and then we're going to get into some lineup building. If you enjoy the video, lads, please do leave it a like. And if you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. So first off, let's recap. This current game week actually hasn't even finished yet. Portugal are yet to play, and well, Turkey, Portugal, Georgia, that group has yet to play as I'm recording this. So yeah, we still don't know the exact extent of how I've got on between both of my lineups, but this lineup is done. We're 504th right now with 323 points. And like I said, yeah, the game week is what? Yeah, 85% complete. And as it stands, I'm projected to finish 722nd, which would mean we would get a box. We wouldn't get a card because that is top 500, but we should have enough to win a box, which I went over to Sorare today. Is it my club? We can see this. Yeah, the Sorare Industries thing is alive now. So basically, if you go and click into the box / essence icon at the top here, it sends you into this little, nice little graphic where you can basically open up any boxes you have from rivals or even just, Sorare Pro, or, your essence capsules, which is really fun. Obviously segregated by scarcity. I don't have any essence yet. I think a few people do have some limited essence because you can win that in the rivals competitions right now. So, I mean, it looks really, really fun. I'm quite excited to see if we can get our hands on some essence through this Euro comp. It's the only way you can win it right now. You can win it in the Copa America, which starts next game week. So they're the only two competitions you can win in. But anyway, as far as the lineup goes, I'm disappointed. I can't lie. I mean, I kind of knew the Luka Modric situation of him being sub pretty early was, going to kind of happen. I didn't expect them to beat Croatia 3-0, them being Spain. Obviously, I played Pedri against him. Pedri got a really good score for me. Siganikov played yesterday against Romania, and yeah, Ukraine got battered. A couple of mistakes by the keeper, of course, and yeah, subsequently get substituted. Going into the game week, this team was like my second best lineup on paper, because I kind of tried to fit in all the players that I think would get substituted quite early, and to be fair, Siganikov, Pedri, and Modric all got substituted around the 60th minute. Yeah, so it was Pedri 59th, Siganikov 63, and Modric 65. So we kind of saw that one coming. Happy, the Pedri obviously got his assist before he got substituted. Christensen would have been on for an absolutely incredible score if it wasn't for Denmark conceding quite late on. Crazy thing about his performance, by the way, he did not lose the ball once. I think he made 89 out of his 89 passes. First time it's ever happened in Euro history. Played really, really well, but like I said, they conceded pretty late on, which meant he did lose probably, 14, 15 points. And as my captain, that obviously, it sucks because I would have been on, roughly 340 odd points. I think I'd probably secure a box quite comfortably there. But yeah, wasn't to be. Bart got some nice AA. They did concede. They, as in the Netherlands, against Poland, they did get themselves the win. But unfortunately, no clean sheet, but some decent AA. If your goalkeeper's not getting a clean sheet, the least he can do for you is get some AA. So there is some nice scores in there, but definitely not enough. Now, moving into the most prioritized lineup for me this weekend was this lineup. Costa, Zinchenko, Ruben Diaz, Szoboszlai, and Depay. Now, looking back, I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but the Depay captaincy, I mean, obviously, it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. We did get a big chance miss, so he could have got that decisive that I was looking for. But yeah, Szoboszlai kicked things off in a really, really nice way for us with a assist against Switzerland. Some good AA as well. Gutted I didn't captain him looking back. Zinchenko as a defender card still managed some positive AA despite the 3-0 loss. So I'm quite optimistic that his score next game should be relatively better than that. Hopefully Ukraine can find some form and turn things around there. And then, like I said, Portugal are yet to play. Still a couple of hours away from their game kicking off. So I'm still within a chance here of getting something because to reach the tier 5 section of 402nd to 500th, we need just under 150 points. So if Portugal can keep a clean sheet for me, I've got a half decent chance here It's hitting probably a tier 4 or a tier 5. Unless, Diaz gets 100 or something and Costa ends up scoring 80 odd, then, we could be looking into the tier 4s, tier 3s potentially. To be honest though, I would literally take 2 boxes. Like, I genuinely would take a box from either lineup at this point, even though the card rewards are really fun. But yeah, it hasn't gone to plan. I've got good scores in places, and yeah, they're just all mixed up, aren't they? There's no sea of green in one lineup. But that's just part of this game. It's been so tough to really foresee a lot of these fixtures going the way they have so far. Of course, we kick things off with Germany-Scotland. Really good performance by Germany. They look really sharp. I'm really impressed with them. Obviously, they were playing Scotland, no disrespect, but you could kind of foresee that happening. But 5-1 was really impressive despite Scotland getting that red card. I'm just going through Saturday's fixtures. Yeah, Hungary obviously lost to Switzerland. I wouldn't say, it probably was expected, but I thought Hungary would be a little bit better than kind of what they showed. Spain smashing Croatia, to be fair. Yamal looked unbelievable. I didn't play my Nacho, who scored 37 AA, so I'm really annoyed at that. We knew he was going to play because Laporte was confirmed out, but I did not expect him to score that well. So, yeah, big mistake there for me. And then Italy beating Albania, but Albania going 1-0 up. That game was carnage. Albania, we all thought, I think, going into the tournament, they're going to be like the whipping boys. I know they lost here, but they played really well. Considering they were playing against Italy, I know Italy went and scored 2 goals relatively early after conceding, but Albania definitely not as bad as we kind of thought they would be. So yeah, that was Saturday's situation. And then Sunday, we went into Poland, Netherlands. Obviously, Netherlands winning the game. A few disappointing performances from maybe Xavi Simons and Veerman, Reinders as well, and of course Depay. After I cursed him, after buying him. And this is the one that pains me because I was so close to buying Nathan Ake prior to the deadline last week. And yeah, of course, I own Verbruggen, so it kind of made sense, defensive stack and whatever. And I ended up going for Christensen, who scored well. He scored 60 odd, obviously, but yeah, it's not 100, and it's not in conjunction with, if Bart does get a clean sheet, of course, Ake and him would, benefit from that mutually. So yeah, I'm really annoyed that I did not pay the extra 30 odd pounds for that Nathan Ake. And yeah, Gakpo looked like the guy, obviously, for the Netherlands. Really good score from him. No Frimpong from the start, but yeah, good performance from them. And then Slovenia, Denmark. Eriksen getting the goal was just such a nice moment for him. So glad he got to sort of live that. And then yeah, scoring 90 points, unbelievable. Christensen, like we mentioned. Jonas Wind with a really nice little flick actually for the goal. Sesko looked really sharp, by the way, in this game. Only scored 7.5 AA. I think he hit the post or he hit something. He had some incredible shots despite none of them being on target. So he looked really good. Yakabiel looked really good as well. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'm going to go with that. But yeah, 1-1, no clean sheet there either. Clean sheets have been really tough to come by. And then the Serbia-England game yesterday. Of course, as a Welshman, I can't lie. I wanted Serbia to win, right? I don't think you can blame me for that. But yeah, I mean, England didn't look that good, and that's not me being biased. They did not look that good. First half, they dominated for sure. Bellingham was giving me Zidane vibes throughout the whole game. It was ridiculous. That was the best game I've seen Bellingham have. Not just because he scored the goal, but just the way he was carrying the ball, coming deep and getting it, breaking lines on the half turn. He just looked incredible. I was blown away. As far as second half goes, Serbia did pile on a bit of pressure. There was a few good chances for them. They obviously didn't take. And yeah, England get the clean sheet. They get the win. So, you can't really complain. But it wasn't the most convincing of performances. And then Monday we had the Romania-Ukraine game. Some really good goals in this game, actually. Stanisic scored an unbelievable goal. Really disappointing from Ukraine. Going into this tournament, it felt like Ukraine were going to be everyone's dark horses. But yeah, it doesn't look that way so far. Obviously, one game in, I know Lunin made a couple of howlers, and yeah, that's going to cost you. And then yeah, Belgium losing to Slovakia was a weird one as well. I don't know what Doku was doing at that far down close to his box, but yeah, error led to goal for him. Slovakia capitalized and yeah, ended up winning the game, which has made that group look incredibly weird. Belgium, Ukraine were probably the favorites going into it, and they don't have a point from the first game week, so all to play for there. And then France beating Austria. Obviously Mbappe's broken his nose, so it looks like he might be out for the next 2 group stage games, and then potentially comes back for the knockouts, it looks like. So yeah, Kante with a really good game. Clean sheet for Mike Mignon. Defense scored okay. Theo Hernandez being the best scorer there, but Griezmann, Dembele, Mbappe, none of them scoring in the green, which is weird to see. And obviously Wobber was playing for France from the goal. So, and then yeah, of course, going into today, which is Tuesday as I'm filming this, games haven't kicked off yet. So I guess that does then lead us into some lineup building for this upcoming game week. I've got 2 teams going out, of course. I am in a weird position here because, like I said, Portugal haven't played yet, so I'm yet to see how they get on in that first game. But let's just assume they do well. I think Costa Diaz has to be the defensive stack for me here, as long as everything goes okay in that first game. I think that partnership should pick itself. Up front, it's basically Siganikov or Depay. Depay playing France, I don't think it's worth the risk there. He didn't really look that good in that first game, and playing against France, the likelihood is Netherlands are probably only going to score 1, I would say max. They might score 2, but I don't really foresee that, to be honest, against that France back line. And so Siganikov is the obvious choice, even though, Ukraine got battered. Anything could happen with their team, I think, going forward. And then in midfield, it has to be Modric, I think. 65% win percentage against Albania. I know they didn't look as bad as maybe we all thought they would. Regardless of that, I fancy him to get... Croatia need to win this game after losing that first one. So, for me, that kind of means Modric plays, the maximum amount of minutes he can possibly do. And so, yeah, Modric fits in there for me. Just because, ease of fixture and the fact that they really need to win that one. Now, for the extra position, I think I'm going to go with a defender, but I don't know who. And it's out of Nacho and Zinchenko. Now, for stacking reasons, it makes sense to maybe go with Zinchenko because he obviously plays with Siganikov. But that fixture for Spain, I do foresee Nacho scoring pretty well. They are playing Italy, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to underestimate them. But I do think he will score pretty well. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to play him. I am edging towards Zinchenko, to be honest. Christensen might score okay against England. He might be pretty busy. Duda's not a bad option in midfield against Ukraine. And then obviously we've got Depay, Szoboszlai, and that's probably it. Maybe Pepe comes in for one of these games for Portugal, potentially the last one. But I think Zinchenko just edges it for me. Not only the fact that obviously he plays with Siganikov, so there is that element of potential double decisive. But I do foresee him scoring relatively well if they don't concede a ton of goals like they did last game. And yeah, hopefully things look pretty good for this lineup. Now I'm going to captain Diaz for now. We'll see how he scores today. If he doesn't score very well and I'm a little bit nervous, I'll move it over to Modric. But that takes care of our first lineup. And then for the second lineup, we only have Bart in goal, so he has to be our goalkeeper choice. Depay is our only forward. I might have to go double defender here, to be honest. Again, I don't need to actually, because I have Duda and Pedri. I think Pedri plays. He had a good game last game. I know he only played 60-odd minutes, but I do think Spain should beat Italy. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean Pedri's going to get a decisive, but I do think, he deserves a spot in the team. And then it's Christensen or Duda. Now, Duda takes penalties. Playing him here could be a nice little hedge against Ukraine not being that good in that game, and hopefully Lunin has another howler and gives away a penalty. Wouldn't be good for my Zinchenko, but Duda as the penalty taker, that could be pretty good for him. And so, Christensen playing against England, it's a tough game. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to score well. But, the likelihood of a clean sheet is very low. But we did see he can still score well, despite not getting clean sheets. But I do see England having more possession in that Denmark game than, the game that Christensen played first time round. So, yeah, I think Duda actually gets into that extra position. Now, for my captain, I think I'm actually going to go with Duda. Despite picking him last, I think I owe him something there. I think the fact that I doubted him even being in any lineup, I think he does deserve the captaincy there. Just because of, obviously, it's not an easy game against Ukraine. But the fact that he is on penalties, I know Depay is as well, but the likelihood of them getting a penalty against France is probably not as high as them getting a penalty against Ukraine after Lunin's performance. And don't get me wrong, he could definitely get benched for Trubin. They obviously have a really good backup keeper there. But I think that's what I'm going to go in with, lads. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you would change anything up. Is there any players from the second team that gets into the first team for you? I am always interested to hear your thoughts. Also, let me know what you're rocking this game week. Let me know your teams. And let me know how you got on in that first game week. Are you excited to open potentially some Essence for the first time? Loads of exciting things happening in the world of Sorare. So yeah, exciting times ahead, lads. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I shall see you guys in the next video.